A brand new name for an old holiday, and one community honors 8 heroes of its own. Could there be more turbulence for Sky Bahamas passengers as possible layoffs loom? And the Bahamas get set to host a college football bowl. The National Report starts now.
Now in HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This segment of the news is brought to you by BTC, powered by Lime.
Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight. Happy National Heroes Day, everyone. I'm Andrew Knowles. The old Discovery Day celebrated Christopher Columbus's landfall. However, today we celebrate our very own Bahamian heroes, and one community is taking the lead. 8 local heroes from the Fox Hill community were honored today for making significant contributions to nation building. Fern Carey has the details from the grand celebration.
I can say to you and to all Bahamians, happy National Heroes Day.
That greeting came from Chairman of the National Heroes Committee, Father Sebastian Campbell, as he marked the country's first ever National Heroes Day. The holiday is now a permanent fixture on the country's calendar after it was signed into law on Friday. Father Campbell noted that the push for a National Heroes Day began 23 years ago and was led by Fox Hill MP Fred Mitchell and Deputy Opposition Leader Loretta Butler Turner. He said he joined the fight shortly afterwards, noting that it was not easy but necessary.
Heroes belong to the Bahamian people, and the campaign is very simple. We are trying to celebrate ourselves. We are giving God thanks for our own people, born and raised here, those who invested in their blood, sweat, and tears to make us who we are. That is what the campaign was all about, for us to show an appreciation, because there was no day set aside in the national calendar celebrations to honor Bahamians.
Meantime, Father Campbell indicated that there is still more work to be done, such as ensuring that Bahamians have a national dress, among other things.
I know how to dress to come here this morning. I said on an occasion like this, we need a national dress. We need to run with that ball, man. And I'm speaking probably at the right time with the Director of Culture present. We need to remember that the bill that was passed also includes national honors. And so MBEs, I'm sorry for those who believe in these things, OBEs and CBEs and dames and knighthoods, they're on the way out right now.
Father Campbell also participated in the Fox Hill Old Scholars Association's appreciation service honoring 8 heroes from the Fox Hill community. Among them, Elva Pratt, Sheila Roll, Esmeralda Rutherford, Mary Johnson, Jenny Roll, Lillian Edwards, Marky Roll, and Winifred Moss.
It was a surprise when they asked me if I would mind if they would honor me, and I told them no. While you're working, you're not thinking in terms of reward, but I think it's good when your peers or when the people of your country recognize that you have made a significant contribution.
Now, this is the 3rd year that the association has honored its local heroes here in Fox Hill, and organizers say it is something that they will continue to do moving forward. Fern Carey, ZNS Network News.
Well, it's an old holiday with a new name, and it's all possible because of legislation signed last week that shifted the country from its Columbus Day observance to National Heroes Day. Our news team took to the streets to find out how many of you spent the day, and while there were mixed views from residents, most were happy that the day still remains a national holiday.
I feel as though this is the greatest one ever.
Changing holiday, it really doesn't matter. You know, it's just good friends and a good time.
You know, we got plenty of people in our country right now, even they recognized as heroes. You know, so I accept this day as National Hero Day.
I'm enjoying, and I'm going to the movies.
I'm just enjoying my day. It doesn't really make a difference. Me and my girl, we're hanging out, playing some dominoes, wearing our pink hat, because it's now Cancer Month.
Usual holiday for me. I thought I would have been in Andros, but unfortunately, I didn't make it. But this is my favorite beach.
In other news this evening, more turbulence for Sky Bahamas passengers. For the second day, Sky Bahamas Airlines experienced challenges after pilots reportedly continued to call in sick, throwing the company's operations in limbo. Janaea Noel Ferguson spoke with Sky Bahamas' CEO and tells us tonight what could happen if the fallout continues.
If this go on for one more day, we'll have a crippling effect where we'll have to reduce our operations and probably let about 50% of our staff go home.
That's the harsh reality that CEO of Sky Bahamas, Randy Butler, says he will have to deal with if pilots within the organization keep calling in sick. Operations for the popular airline was compromised for the second day with reported delays, cancellations, and turnovers to other operators. Butler says he simply cannot afford for this to continue, especially when the aviation industry in the country is faced with so many challenges.
We are concerned because we don't understand what's going on. We met with a union yesterday, the Pilots Alliance Union, which is headed up by Bahamas Air Pilots, and they're insisting that it's not industrial actions by any of their members, and that it is simply the pilots are sick. But we have a document we want you to sign on this new agreement to start negotiations on a new contract.
Meanwhile, Mark Johnson, president of the Bahamas Pilots Alliance, says he presented Butler with a proposal more than 4 months ago for pilots of Sky Bahamas. But Butler says some of their demands in that proposal were near impossible to agree on.
The union has been around since August of 2011, and we presented the companies with contract proposals on the 19th of June, and a few of them replied, and said that they would be willing to sit and talk with us, but Sky Bahamas refused.
They're requiring us to put $400,000 aside each year for some health scheme for 18 pilots. I mean, realistically, where do we get $400,000 to put on the side for that? If we cannot maintain that standard, we are not going to be in this business. We will close the shop.
Johnson maintains that the high number of sick calls by pilots was not organized by the Pilots Alliance, even though Butler feels otherwise. While he could not say if the pilots will be out sick for another day, Johnson did say that he plans to file a trade dispute on behalf of the pilots against Butler and Sky Bahamas as early as Tuesday. Janaea Noel Ferguson, ZNS Network News.
Cabinet announcing today that National Security Minister Dr. Bernard Nottage is out of the country receiving medical attention in the United States. It's the second time for the year that Dr. Nottage is on medical leave. Back in May, he traveled to Florida for a medical examination at the Cleveland Clinic after an illness that was said to not be life-threatening. Now, the statement went on to say that Minister Nottage is expected to return home shortly. In the meantime, Prime Minister Perry Christie will act as National Security Minister.
In our first look at weather, mid-level trough over the northwest Bahamas is creating some unsettled weather there, while a frontal system in the southeast Bahamas is also creating unsettled weather in that part of the country. But outside of our studios just now, we have mostly cloudy skies, your temperature 80 degrees, relative humidity 74%, winds out of the east-northeast at 6 knots, and your barometric pressure 1,012.3 millibars. That's 29.89 inches, and it is steady. But stay tuned, temperatures around the farming balance, travel and boating forecast is still to come.
How will football mix with tourism? Find out coming up. And the anniversary at Mount Calvary. Find out more. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Lux Men's Warehouse.